Okay guys, back with Seconds of Fun. Yeah, here we go. I just finished exporting another movie, which is just basically explaining what's going on. So, I just need to explain what's happened. Hang on. See? Not in cheat mode. Right. So, you saw from the last video how I'm definitely not cheating. So here's the compact version of that monstrosity. Now, I've deliberately put the pipes in plain and the power in plain view just to prove the point, okay? So you can actually see how this thing is powered. If I go over here, you'll see there's no magic here, right? Now, each of these is set with an input on the left and red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, and output dark green and auto eject and all the rest of it. And yes, I've put some flint in there. I've got to find a way of automatically putting flint in there. It's just pissing me off. Now, so there's the 4 factories, and there's the pipe at the end, and it goes into this huge bank. So the question is, what goes in here, and what does this do? Now, what I've done to prove a point of how frickin' fiddly it is, and how you shouldn't be doing this, is I've deliberately put in all these. Now, none of these are going to work, and they're not going to work because none of those things, there's no way for an object in here to get to that machine without going through these. So this is obviously not going to work. But it's just proving the point. As I scroll down, you can see proving the point, proving the point. And finally, there's only really one that's of any interest, and that's that one. Ore star. Any ore that goes in here will get processed. It's as simple as that. So we can get rid of all of these. They're just not needed. It's all on that little text file that I showed. Thing is to restrict what crap gets into that chest in the first place. So it doesn't receive anything that it can't deal with. So what I'm going to do, before I actually do anything else, is go around to the old machine so you can see the old machine actually running. Okay? So with all the pipes and everything else, so you can actually see it running. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put one iron ore, and you can see immediately it's started dealing with it. It's gone into here, it comes as a clump, goes back up there, goes in there, comes out as clumps, but now green, goes into that thing, noisy bloody thing, and we end up with 3 dirty iron dust. So they go up there, and then they get fired out, and now they're dark aqua, and they'll go into the enrichment chamber. So here it goes, doing, 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 and now we have clean iron dust. This is a very slow process, I apologise. And now they're coming out red because they're going to go into the smelter. So, pardon me. And now here we have 3 ingots. So 1 iron ore produced 3 iron ingots, which are going to end up getting deposited in there. Sorry, I've got a cough. I've had such a sore throat. There we go. So there's the iron ingots going down into there. Now the new machine operates much faster because there's no bloody pipes. It's bloody obvious. Right, so let's have a look in here. We've got ore star. Right, we've just got to make sure that stuff that gets in here is something that can be processed by this pipeline. Okay, so if we go in here and I put in a single iron ore, you can see it's already going through the system, and there are the ingots coming out the other side. That's it. It's that fast. And there they go. And doing, doing, doing. Now, just because I put the pipe and it just happens to have connected up to those barrels is irrelevant. It doesn't have to be. Normally, I would put all this crappy pipe crap and this crappy power crappy crap from crap land on sea would all normally be underground out of the way. I just wanted to show you that there is a compact way of doing this. It's just a matter of restricting what gets in here. So instead of having millions of bloody items here, we only have the ones that can actually be processed. So we just have to make sure that what gets in here is something that can be processed by this pipeline, right? So to that end, what I will show you, there's no point in taking any of these and putting them into the new machine. It just won't work. Gold ore, iron ore, that'll work. So let's take a few of those. Don't need all of that. Right? That'll work. That'll work in the new machine. Right? So if we put these in, and what I'll do, if I'm fast enough, you'll see, because it's a bloody noisy thing, because I've got sorting off, it's doing these in different orders. And there they go. Look at that, look at that, look at that. And you see the gold goes down into here, because it's going to get slurped up by those ones over there. Okay, so yeah, blonk, done. Right? So very, 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 very quick. Right? So again, just to be, see what your input is, what the output is, and you always put red, black, red, blue, depending on what you do in auto eject. Right? So let's restrict what gets in here. So to that end, what I'm deliberately going to do is go and get one of each of these beasties, and I'm going to put it in the old machine, and we'll see what happens. Whoa! So if I put osmium ore, what happens? Goes in there, comes out as dirty osmium dust, goes up here, and goes out. Let's stand on here and watch it in all its horror. Noisy bloody thing. And there it goes. And goes in there. And this is painfully slow, I apologise. It's because of all these pipes. If you put it in the proper machine, it wouldn't be so bleeding slow. This is all going to go, by the way. It's all gone. Just doesn't know it yet. And there are the, look, see? Ingots. Right? So let's put the other two in and see what happens. Both mechanism. So we know it works. Okay? So now we know that what we can put in here is iron and gold from plain vanilla Minecraft, plus the 3 mechanism ores. Right, we know this now. So we know the mechanism ores work. So test that. We'll take one of each. Did I? I don't know how I did that. I must have clicked something. What the hell? Anyway, doesn't matter. So now let's put it in. And you can see it's working. It's clear that it's working. Right? So we know that mechanism ores work as well. So now let's try factorization ores. Now dark iron ore and silver ore. There may be others, but it's the only ones I had to hand. So let's, wrong machine. Let's see what happens when we put these beasties in. Ah, now you see what's happened. Silver ore works. But it jams up. And that's not being held because that isn't being processed. Because this is a very, very sequential thing. The logistical sorter is trying to find a solution for this. Can't find it. So it stops. So if I take that away, you can see instantly the other stuff gets dealt with. Alright? So what we know, what have we discovered? We've discovered that silver ore works and dark iron ore doesn't. Alright, so let's know. Oh, I've only got one of each of these. This is a pain in the ass. I've got to go off and dig some. I showed it in a previous thing. So these are thermal expansion ores. I've got some more over there. I'll have to go and find them. So we'll let that finish. Painful bloody process. And let's see what happens when I put these in. Oh shit! No, my backpack. So what's going to happen here? See, everything is being jammed up because ferrous ore can't be processed by this machine. So we know ferrous ore doesn't work. And you notice now all the others are now working. And they're all off and going. And you can see what's happened. You can see it's bloody obvious that it's all working, except for just those two ores. So, what have we learnt? What we've learnt is dark iron ore from factorization and ferrous ore from thermal expansion doesn't work in this machine, therefore it won't work in the compact version either. So what we have to do is put in a filtering system that stops that stuff from even getting into this chest, because otherwise it'll just jam it up, right? Now I'm not going to go into all the other ores, because we know that that would stretch out to about 64 blocks in that direction. Look at them all. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's even better when you see the thing running at full speed. If I just grab a bunch of gold, a bunch of iron. Actually, I'm not going to take it all. What have I got in here? I'll take some of this. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We know that works. We know that works. Right, so now let's watch the new machine work. Now it's noisy, but blisteringly quick. Look at that. Look at that. Just fucking look at that. It's just amazing to watch it in action. Look at them go. Look at it. Tripling your ores, tripling your ingots, I should say, and sorting them all out for you in the process. So, yeah, there you go. Is that one finished? Oh shit, sorry. Is that one finished? No, it's still got some dirty iron dust to go. Is that one finished? See? Clumps. Right. So anyway, yeah, there you go. There you go. So why am I going through all this painful process? Because we're going to mine a mountain out, and we're going to get a bunch of stuff that we don't know what the flipping heck to do with. And so we have to have a processing scheme that's going to actually work for each of the individual items. So I've shown how the big expanded version works, and now I've shown how the small version works, and that's what's important, because it's the seconds in our life that make up the minutes. Oof. Homilies. You just hate them. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. Seconds of fun. Hey. Okay, catch you guys later.